Hey guys, Skittlerampage here. Welcome back to a new video. I do hope you're enjoying your day today. So today we're back with trending Funko Pop news, and we have 9 Funko Pops going up in value. Now guys, if you are enjoying these trending Funko Pop videos, make sure to leave a like and leave a comment down below of a Funko Pop you've maybe noticed going up in value, and I might put it in the next part. A few of the ones we're going over today are some suggestions from the last video in the comments, so thank you to everybody who did comment something. Now very quickly, let's go over the question of the day before we get started, which is, what's a Funko Pop that's been made that you felt like didn't need to be made? If I had to pick one, it would be this Madara Uchiha from the Naruto line here. Okay, so as I mentioned, we have 9 selections today. The first one I want to go over is Mangle from FNAF. So go ahead and check this out. This one is actually an interesting situation. So estimated value around $32. You can see some recent sales. A few overseas, we had 2 from the United States at $70 at the top. And on the bottom, we have an Australian sale as well as a United Kingdom sale. And over on the right there, you can see current listings from the United States, Australia, and Japan. And these are all ranging from the $60 range up to the $80 range. Now, I did go check over on Whatnot as well as Mercari. Mercari was really high and very limited. I think some of the listings were even higher than the ones on eBay. And then for Whatnot, they actually had a couple around the $30 to $40 range. What I will say is pretty interesting about it being sold on eBay for $60 to $70 is that over at GameStop right now, this is still in stock. I don't know if people just didn't do research or what, but it's sitting in stock for $25. And I'll put a link down below if you guys want to grab it from GameStop if you're looking for this one. But yeah, it's still in stock. And it's most likely going to restock because this was a very popular pop. And it's not very old. It's literally like maybe half a year old at this point. Now, this was actually suggested by a subscriber on the last video, so thank you to them. However, I wanted to put it in the video solely because I wanted to give everybody the chance to be able to actually grab it for retail on the off chance they were looking for this exclusive and you don't want to pay $70, you know? Again, there's a few cheaper ones out there too, but it's pretty crazy how on certain marketplaces it can be selling really high and then it can be still in stock and nobody noticed seemingly. So use this as kind of like a learning moment essentially. When you're looking for a specific pop, especially newer ones, always take a look at Google. Just do a quick search of that Funko Pop and go through 1, 2, 3 pages on Google. You can check the Funko shop, you can check Entertainment Earth to see if it's gonna restock, and check GameStop if it's in stock as well as many other stores. Okay, moving on, we have a couple Disney Channel Funko Pops, and these aren't very old, so I was surprised, but this was a suggestion from another subscriber. First up, we have Sharpay from High School Musical. You can see some recent sales around $35, up to $45, and then one $15 sale in there, solely because she's actually just listed around the $15, $20 range on Pop Price Guide, hasn't been updated. I don't think they've taken notice to this one. So some people are just listing it lower because of that most of the time. Now, in the recent listings I could find between eBay and Mercari, there are a couple ones still low around the $15 to $20 range there, and then there's a $50 one too. So I would recommend if you're looking for this one, to grab it while it's cheap. Because I believe these Disney Channel Wave of Pops, which we're about to go over some more of them, are one and done. Like I mentioned earlier, I like to use Entertainment Earth as kind of like a guide because usually they order everything. They get every single pop in. So while you may see a Funko Pop going up in value, like Mango, for example, it's gonna restock in a couple months over at Entertainment Earth. So that's a good source to use to check if it's going to restock. Not saying it always happens because most of the time restocks fall through and they don't end up getting it, but most of the time it does. Next up, also from High School Musical, we have Troy Bolton here. So recent sales range around $26 up to $35, and then current listings were a little bit higher than that, around the $35 to $50 range there. He's going even higher than Sharpay, and he's actually getting harder to find. Gabriella, though, out of that set is cheap. She's still around the $12 range, which I always find kind of funny. You'll have like 3 or 4 pops in a wave of something new, and then there's always one that's super cheap, and then the other ones are expensive. But yeah, guys, Troy and Sharpay from the High School Musical set are definitely going up. Now, one more Disney Channel pop we have is Hannah Montana here. Somebody pointed this out, that maybe her recent like 20th anniversary, 20 or 25th anniversary news might have driven this one up. So recent sales actually range from $21 up to $35, and then current listings are reflecting that too, and she's also getting harder to find. And like I mentioned, with those High School Musical pops and just the Disney Channel like 100 pops, like these particular characters, these are likely not restocking for a long time. So what's out there is going to be out there. They're sold out at most of the regular retailers. And as we get more news as to what Miley Cyrus is doing with this whole anniversary thing, I'm sure this one will go up even more. This next one's pretty interesting because it's like one of two in the set that's been going crazy. So we actually have the Marine here in the Dress Blues, estimated value around $250. You can see where it jumped up like crazy. So recent sales have ranged from $175 up to $215, and then current listings are ranging from $210 up to $325. Do keep in mind, I believe when this like Marine or all these Army pops, Air Force and all that, all the ones they did, when they came out, I think it was actually a rather limited run. I don't think they produced a ton of these, and I haven't seen any restock since. However, like I said, this Marine one and I think one other one that have had any real value in this set, this Dress Blues one being the most valuable. I don't think there's a particular reason other than it's just, you know, Marines obviously are super popular, especially here in the United States, and then just super limited stock on this one. It's getting increasingly harder to find. Next up, guys, from the It Pennywise movies, we have two pops. First up, we have Eddie Kazbrak here. You can actually see where it jumped up a lot. And then recent sales have been ranging from $50 up to $80 there. And then current listings of what I could find is very, very dry on this one, and they were all around $40 and up. Now, the other It pop I found was Richie here at $60. Over in the sold section, I found a ton of $140 to $200 sales. So pretty crazy on that one. And then one listing I could find was actually $65. But he's really hard to find, just like the other It pop I just showed. Now, I do think Welcome to Derry had a big influence on these starting to go up. I haven't finished the entire series, so I really couldn't tell you why specifically, unless like characters were returning and shown off in the show. So like I said, I don't really have too much knowledge because I haven't finished the show myself. I've only watched the first episode, but I gotta assume it's because of Welcome to Derry. That aside though, if you find a really good deal on either one of these, it might be worth picking up because they do have plans to do more Welcome to Derry seasons. Next up for Stranger Things, we have two pops. This includes the Mind Flayer here. Recent sales range from $38 up to $70, and then current listings were around $60 to $70 there. So I don't know if this one's gonna restock. I swear I remember seeing like a restock up, and then I think it's been taken down. Because I almost put it in one of my last trending videos because I noticed it going up, but then I saw it's still in stock at GameStop, so I was like, oh, you know, it's, you know, situation like Mangle essentially. But now, you can't buy it at GameStop. Entertainment Earth took off their restock pre-order that they had up, so I guess this one will go up even more. Now, one more Stranger Things pop we have is Max and Lucas here. So recent sales I've seen were around $40 up to $160 there. I'm really surprised there was a $40 sale listed like that, but like I said, when they're not properly updated, this happens all the time where people sell it very low on accident. Now, current listings of what I found on eBay actually range from $120 and up. Now, it's not very shocking that Stranger Things Funko Pops are going up given we're on the final season, and a lot of people are really liking it, a lot of people are not really liking it. But the thing those people have in common is they want the merchandise of it. So people are actively buying it like crazy. And in turn, it's raising up the value of a lot of different pops. Well, guys, that brings today's video to an end. Those were some more Funko Pops that were going up in value. I really do like doing these videos, especially in this climate of so many Funko Pops have lost a lot of value. So it's always really nice to see pops that do go up in value still. And of course, as long as Funko's in business, that's most likely always going to be the case. There will be Funko Pops that do go up. So again, if you do enjoy these value trending videos, please do leave a like. It lets me know you want to see more. That aside though, thank you so much for watching today's video. I do want to go ahead and end off the video by saying a big shout out to all the awesome Patreon supporters of the channel. You guys are amazing for supporting myself and the channel. If you guys are interested and want to check out the Patreon, the link is down below. We have a Patreon-only Discord where we share a lot of information, news, restocks, updates, links, and more. And finally, make sure to follow me on all my social medias at Skittlerampage over on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and my Facebook page, so you can stay up to date. All right, love you guys. See you guys in the next one. See you guys later. Bye.